Hi guys!
Hello!
Hey Brennan, so today we are in our kitchen because we are going to be doing some cooking. I guess you could call it cooking. We're going to be baking and we're going to be creating a drink concoction. So right over here, I'll show you these ingredients in just a second. We have everything that we need to make some beignets. So if you've been to Disneyland, they have beignets. They're Mickey-shaped beignets. We went to New Orleans a few months ago and we got some Café du Monde beignet mix. So we're finally gonna use this and we're gonna make some Mickey beignets from scratch. And then also, we did this a little while ago, we made mint juleps. But in New Orleans Square in Disneyland, you can actually purchase a strawberry mint julep. So we're gonna try, I forgot the name of it already. We're gonna try to recreate a strawberry Disneyland New Orleans Square mint julep. Have everything that we need right there. So let me go and show you the ingredients.
I should make a small cup of coffee for our beignets with our
That would actually be fantastic. You should do that for sure. So this is pretty much everything that we're hopefully going to need for both the mint juleps and the beignets. I think we're gonna try to recreate essentially what we did last time, but just with a few additive elements and ingredients. Got some strawberries right there, and this is gonna be a bit of a stretch, but I couldn't really find a successful recreation of the strawberry mint julep online, so I got strawberry jello, and I'm gonna use maybe just the smallest amount of that to kind of add that to our mixture. We will see how that turns out. And then over here the beignets should be a little bit more straightforward. Just have the beignet mix with the oil and the powdered sugar, except we're just gonna be doing them in the shape of a Mickey. So that should be pretty good. So I think we're gonna start over here with the mint julep, and then while that's in the fridge, we'll be doing this. So let's get started with our mint julep. So Brennan, what are you doing right now?
I'm kind of creating like a makeshift syrup, like a strawberry syrup to add to our mixture in case we feel like we don't want to do the jello.
Okay, which is probably a good idea. So what are you doing right now?
I'm just boiling some sugar and water together, and then I'm going to add these and just kind of boil them down in the mixture, and then I'll strain it, and that should be like our strawberry syrup.
Okay, maybe we can still add like a sprinkle of the jello mixture. And what I'm doing over here is I am adding some sugar over there. I am adding 3 cups of club soda to this pot, which I will then be combining with 1 cup sugar and letting this heat up a little bit to kind of create our mixture. So right now I'm about to add the 1 cup sugar, which is a lot of sugar. Adding that to the club soda.
Ooh, that's a fun sound.
It is. And now 3 teaspoons lime juice. That's fun. And then finally 6 floral ounces of lemon juice, which is about 3/4 cup.
Did you say floral ounces?
Fluid ounces. Floral ounces. Okay, I'm gonna start stirring this up, and then I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bring this to a boil. You have your strawberries right over there.
Yep.
Which you're gonna be mashing up into a nice little liquid strawberry
Syrup.
So that'll be fun. So Brennan's strawberry syrup is pretty much done there. This has started to boil, so now I am adding the final touches of 2 tablespoons of water in there, along with a couple drops of this pure peppermint extract. Or more than a couple drops.
What did you do?
I just poured a little bit, it's okay.
Oh no.
It's gonna be good, so now...
It's gonna be strong.
No, it's not. So now this is gonna be going in the fridge to cool down a little bit, as well as this. So we'll have 2 different mixtures that we're gonna combine with specific ratios once we start to taste test it, and then combine it with water. And then those will be our strawberry
Oh no, I smell
mint
it.
juleps.
So Roy, what are we about to do?
So what we decided to go ahead and do is you strained your strawberry syrup mixture here, and instead of chilling them separately in the fridge, I think we're gonna go and combine both of them into one mixture, because we tried a ratio comparison and it seems pretty accurate. So I'm gonna go and combine this into our mint julep mixture, which that looks like a very reasonable color right there. And just for reference, I think you added about 1 cup of water to those strawberries to get that syrup. So this may water down just a little bit, but then at the same time, I think that that's gonna end up being about right. And then this does combine with water to make the entire mint julep and in the very final step of the process. So maybe we'll just add a little bit less water to this mixture to kind of make up for that. But we will see once this cools down probably in about 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm gonna go and add it to the fridge right now and get started on our beignets. So now that our mixture's in the fridge, our strawberry mint julep mixture, now we are starting on the beignets, just like I said, which calls for 2 cups of this beignet mix.
Oh my goodness.
Or whatever that is. So there's 2 cups of the beignet mix, and that is gonna be mixing with 7 fluid ounces of water. And now Brennan's going to use that spoon to stir this up a little bit till it gets nice and thick. And then we will start forming our beignets. Okay, so that's a pretty good consistency right there. Now we have a floured surface right here, which Brennan is going to be pouring our beignet mixture out on. And then we're going to be flattening this and then cutting it up into smaller pieces. So I think we have to flatten it to, it says 1/8 of an inch, which is pretty thin, and then cutting those into 2 1/4 square, I guess, well, 2 1/4 inch squares, that's what I mean to say, but we're gonna be trying to do little Mickeys, so we'll kind of see what that ends up looking like in just a second. Okay, so now comes the dirty part, where basically gonna just start kind of kneading this a little bit, getting it nice and covered with dough, and spreading it out like I said, and getting it at that right thickness. We're gonna start heating up our oil here in just a second to start making these. There we go. This is very messy, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, so as you can see, I've pretty much thinned out the dough and kneaded it a reasonable amount. Now I can take this knife here and maybe try to start cutting it up a little bit. It says 2 1/4 inches, so I'm gonna estimate that for the most part. Just trying to split it up a little bit, just to at least get some separation here to kind of work with. And then I can kind of start balling these up probably into little Mickey heads, and then smaller little balls into Mickey ears. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
And the oil is currently heating up, so we are getting super close. Okay, so as you can see, I've pretty much divided them into equal squares. I have one kind of lump here. This is gonna end up being the Mickey ears, I'm pretty sure. So now I'm gonna take each one of these guys, and should I roll them up? Or should I just try to configure them into like a circle?
I would just try and make it round as much as possible, because you don't want it to go in as a ball of dough.
Right. So something kind of like that?
Yeah.
And then I can attach a couple of these for ears on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Something like this.
Maybe further apart.
You think? Yeah,
Yeah.
good idea. Okay, this is just a
There you go.
general idea here for the most part. You can kind of see it. Is that showing up?
Yay!
Yay, Mickey Beignet. Just gotta make sure this attaches to the main part here. So, okay, I'll be doing that with all these and putting that on this plate with some flour on it, and then we'll
I'm gonna start frying them up in the oil.
Yep. Yay. Okay, so I'm pretty much done here. I changed up my process a little bit. Now I'm adding the ears like that, and then folding it over to get a little better grip on the ears, because they kept on wanting to come off. They weren't fusing right to the main Mickey head. And then I start to work this out a little bit, and you can kind of see that I have a bunch of what I'd like to think look like Mickey heads, but they look more like fidget spinners. But I think we're about ready to go, just to kind of see what ends up happening. Maybe they look like Mickey balloons. How about that? That's kind of a nice compromise.
Yeah.
But we will see.
The thought is there. You guys know what our intentions were here. So when they don't look like that, you know that we tried.
Mm-hmm. I'm just worried that they're going to be too thick, but we'll see what happens. So we tested one out, and it ended up being a little bit too thick, so I flattened them just a little bit more. So hopefully... Oh no! Uh-oh.
He folded.
Did he really?
Oh,
no, there he is.
He came back.
Okay, yeah, so I flattened them a lot more, so hopefully this turns out okay. You might want to flip it. Oh my god, he's bubbling. Flip him over.
Ooh.
That looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a hash brown, but
You look like a hash brown.
once we cover it in powdered sugar, he should be okay. Wow, Mickey, you're thick.
It looks like the snack that smiles back.
Goldfish.
Think that's good?
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, so Brennan just finished frying all of our beignets in oil, and as you can see, I think they turned out pretty okay.
Yeah.
They have some Mickey shapes here. They mostly look like, I don't know, goldfish. But I have some powdered sugar right here on this plate, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of transfer these over here, powder them up a little bit, and then transfer it to this black plate right over here. And then as you can see over here, Brennan just brewed a nice little cup of Café du Monde coffee. So that's fun, and I'm pretty positive that our mixture for the mint julep should be pretty much done by now. But I'm gonna grab one of these guys here and just kind of lightly toss them in here. Just gonna really saturate that in powdered sugar. How does that look?
That looks good. I want to dip it in some chocolate syrup.
Right, I'm gonna transfer him over here. And then do the rest of these and probably take our mint julep mixture out of the fridge. So as you can see, the beignets turned out very, very nicely. I have them perfectly arranged there with some chocolate there in the center and then the coffee kind of on the side. And now this is the penultimate moment of creating the strawberry beignets. So I have 3/4 cup water here. I'm gonna be adding that right in there. And then I have 1 cup of our mixture. Ooh, that was like pretty much perfect. Have our Winnie the Pooh and Tigger straws. Now to add a little garnish of the mints, and then a couple or a few strawberries right on top. And there it is. There's the strawberry mint julep. And there they are, the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger straws to tie it all together. This turned out awesome, right?
I'm so excited.
Okay, so you're gonna go for the mint julep or the beignet first?
The julep.
Okay, go for the julep.
Mmm, that's refreshing.
Is it good?
It is. I'm glad I did the real strawberry thing instead of doing the
Jell-O?
The Jell-O.
Yeah, I think that potentially could have been a mistake. And plus, just trying to replicate it as reasonably as possible, the Jell-O would not have been that accurate. Okay, so go for the beignets. Dip it in that chocolate there in the middle. What do you think? A success?
Really good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mmm.
Okay, I think I'm gonna start with one of the beignets and then wash it down with the julep. Mmm. That is so good. Ours are a little bit less fluffy than I think Disneyland's are.
Yeah.
A little bit more on the crispy side, but I don't hate that at all.
I think we were overly cautious with the first couple ones. Oh, now you're doing the drink.
Mm-hmm.
How does it taste?
That is incredibly refreshing. I love that. It's very minty, which I definitely appreciate. The strawberry is actually reasonably subtle. Ooh. But I don't mind that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is just great. We've never had the strawberry mint julep over Disneyland,
Yeah.
but I can imagine
But we've had the original.
probably similar. Yes, this does taste like the original, just with a strawberry hint, which is the ideal, to be honest. Mm.
This was nice. It felt like we were actually going back to like the theme parks for a second and getting some snacks.
Right? Yay! Success! Okay, and we did it. We just recreated it. Strawberry mint juleps, which we've never had, but I'm pretty optimistic that we did a pretty good job. And then Mickey-shaped beignets from Disneyland. So Brennan, are you feeling successful with what we did, or is there anything you would have changed about it?
I had to stop myself from eating the beignets because they were just so nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think personally, and this wouldn't even make the julep better, it would just be like my personal preference is instead of adding like regular water to the mixture, I would have added the rest of the club soda to give it more of a carbonated feel.
Okay, I mean, I don't mind the watered down factor because for me it makes it that much more refreshing, I think.
Well, it would still like water it down, but it would just be carbonated.
True. I don't know. I don't mind it either way. Probably it's delicious, and we did it, and It was great. And you came in clutch there with that suggestion about creating like a strawberry syrup that we were able to kind of mix into the mixture. I think that was an incredible idea, so good job on your part.
Yeah, well, we had those strawberries, and I think you wanted to use them more like a garnish, but I'm like, no, we have strawberries. Like, let's do something with them. I was gonna like mash them and then try and like juice the mash, and I was like, oh my god, no, make a syrup. Like,
no, it worked out
duh.
so well. And now we still have mixture in the fridge to make more of this, and we have all of these beignets to enjoy. So thank you for hanging out with us today and recreating these fun Disney snacks. Hopefully we can do a couple more of these while we're hanging out at home. I had an incredible time doing it, and thank you for helping me out, Britta. All right, have a good day. We'll see you soon, and goodbye.
Bye.